Good. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. All right. There's blocks in that black cart over there for your use, if you wish to use blocks. A while ago, we practiced the 7 chakras, a class around the chakras, but at that time I did all 7, right? I did the whole 7. The problem with that is that there are so many poses and there's so much to say about them that it's not enough time. In the class we did at the retreat, it was an hour and more than an hour and 40-minute class. So what I want to do this time, because I think it's so important to talk about them, is we're going to do the first 3 plus the heart chakra, which is the middle one, the green one. And then next week, the heart to the top. And if for any reason you are not here next week, it'll be recorded, so it'll be around, but it gives you incentive to come back, all right? Okay, so well, let's begin with pranayama, with our breathing. Close your eyes, come inside, and focus on your breath. Allow your breath to calm your whole body down, to relax your body. And begin to increase your inhale, deepening it, filling it up, and letting it go, letting go of everything that gets in the way. Letting go of all physical and mental toxins. And the next time you fill your lungs all the way up, feel how the pressure of your breath moves up and down your spine. You can feel your belly expand. You can feel your chest rise. You can feel the movement of your breath all the way up and down the Sushumna, which is the central channel, the central, that is your spine. And it is along the Sushumna that your chakras live. So feel the flow of energy as if it were a light starting from the base of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head and then down again with every breath. Breathe in and feel the air rising. When you exhale, feel everything moving downward. Just that downward motion of energy. After your next exhale, pause, return to your natural breath. And open your eyes. All right. So we're going to start with the Muladhara chakra. That's the red one down at the bottom. And you may not be able to see that so well on screen, but I'll describe it for you. The color is red, and there is a square, and inside the square is a upside down triangle. So the apex moving down, the base of the triangle is upward. And that represents the female energy, the divine feminine, Shakti. You know, that is our, and the element of the Muladhara chakra is earth. So that is where that divine feminine power comes from. And Mother Earth. And then there are 4 petals, and the 4 petals on the around those symbols represents some translated as the north, south, west, and east, but it is also represents our primal urges, which would be food, to eat, to sleep, to procreate, and to preserve, preservation, you know, to take care of or to live. So those are our primal urges. So our root chakra, and Muladhara means root, is our connection to the earth. It's our foundation. It's where our stability comes. So people with a strong Muladhara chakra, so this is a real energy. It's not just symbolic. They don't feel stable. They don't feel secure. They feel that they don't have direction and foundation. So this is the chakra that sets us up. And the reason we want to balance our chakras in yoga is because you don't want it to be too strong. You don't want it to be too weak, right? You want these virtues to be even, to be balanced. So we're going to begin as we are in Sukhasana, in our easy seat, and just pause for a moment and just rock a little bit from side to side, rocking on your hips. You're going to lift one hip and then the other, lifting your leg, just to go easily from side to side. Yeah, good. And then come back to center. Release your legs and bring them in front of you as wide as your mat. Right? Your hands are back behind you, fingers pointing forward. And you're going to rock from side to side, sending your knees to the left, through center, exhale to the right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and pause. Your legs are an extension of the root chakra, so we're getting our legs involved. And now you'll get your hips involved. Put your left hand on your left hip, assuming that's the direction, whichever hip is there, use that one, it doesn't matter. And you're gonna rock it. You're just gonna push it forward and let it come back, forward and back. Right. So we're waking up that chakra. And then come back to center, over to the other side, and rock that hip. And then come back to center. All right. You're going to extend your legs in front of you. And we'll do a little bit more work on our legs, again, extending our Muladhara chakra. At the same time, we'll loosen up our joints. So come to Dandasana first. In Dandasana, your hands are alongside your hips, elbows pointing back, toes to the ceiling, legs, muscles active. And we're going to gather. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, point and straighten. Inhale, bend and flex. Exhale, point and straighten. Once more. Inhale and exhale. Right. Bring your right knee into your chest and hug it. And place your ankle on your thigh, your right ankle on your left thigh. Right. Good. And you're going to take your knee and your foot, and you're going to bring it closer to your chest. And the way you can do that is by bending your extended leg, bend your left leg so that your right leg comes closer. And then you just hold your leg and extend your left leg again. Now you can wrap your arms if that works for you. And then rock your pigeon leg. This is your pigeon leg. Notice where it is against your chest. It's your pigeon. And then come back to center. Take the outside of your right foot with your right hand and make a right angle with your right leg. All right. Lengthen your leg or leave it here, whichever works best for you. Send your right leg out to the side and float your arm. All right. Bring your leg back to center. Switch the holding of your foot. Release your right hand. Send your leg across the midline. Place your right foot down outside your left thigh. And you're going to wrap your left arm around your right leg. Look over your right shoulder. So we're working on our hips here. We have closed hip poses for our Muladhara chakra, and we're engaging our legs. You're going to lift your right arm. Inhale and then exhale, counter twist to the other side. Right, and a counter twist. Now you can stay right here, or if you like, you can step your right leg away from your left and roll onto, you will automatically roll on to the outside edge of your leg, right? Okay, and walk your right foot a little bit farther away so that when you use your right arm as your propeller and lift your hips for a supported side plank, your ankle will be over your knee, under your knee. Good, beautiful. And bring it down. All right. Other side. Left leg comes in, give it a hug. And then come to your pigeon leg. First, you'll place your ankle on your thigh. And then bring your leg closer to you by bending your right leg. Wrap your arms around or just hold your foot and knee to rock your little pigeon baby. Opening up those hips. Come back to center. Take the outside of your left foot, send it forward, right angle. Your right arm is still supporting you, right hand. And then maybe you'll lengthen your leg, maybe not, don't have to. Send your leg out to the side, maybe. And you want to try and keep that long mountain spine that we started with. So maybe your leg will come down a little bit more so that you can be on both sits bones and float your right arm. Right. Bring your leg back to center. Take the outside of your foot, switch it. Send it across the center line. Beautiful. Right. Foot on mat, outside right thigh. Then wrap your right arm around your leg. Look over your left shoulder. Remember that right leg is active, toes to the sky, no getting lazy with your right leg. Right. Left arm alongside left ear. Counter twist. All right, good. Yeah, right, right. And then step your left leg away from your right leg, whichever leg you had on top, and you'll automatically roll over onto the outside edge of your bottom leg. And then you're going to propel your hips to bring you up to a side plank. Good. And bring it down. All right. Okay. Yeah. So another really great pose to do, you'll need to grab a blanket for this. So John, there's one on the table. Some of you may not need it, but I'm going to recommend we start with it. Right. And you're going to come up with bent knees and walk your feet back so that the arches of your feet are on the edge of the blanket, right? And then walk your feet over to the edge of your mat. Okay, good. And then you're going to bend and bend and bend and bend as far as you comfortably can. Bend your knees, your knees. So John, your knees, bend your knees. Yeah, right. I didn't say knees, my fault. Bring your hands inside for Malasana, yeah, the garland pose. So again, here you're connecting with the earth, your hips to the earth, and you are a flower, a garland. Your arms in between your legs, your hands in Anjali Mudra for Malasana, the garland. All right. Bring your hands to the mat, bring your knees to the mat, and come back to sit. Okay. All right, so let me tell you about the next chakra, which is the Svadhisthana chakra, the orange one. And Svadhisthana means one's own place, or the place of yourself, where yourself resides, yourself. And it is, its element is water. And it has 6 petals, but inside is a circle, and then another circle inside that looks like the crescent moon. And it is the flow of the tides. It is the pull of the moon on the water to make it go back and forth. It is where relationships begin. It is where our sexual organs reside. It is where creation begins. And so it is a very important chakra because of how important flow is in our life, the ability to move when needed back and forth from side to side. It is where our emotions grow, right? So we want to, again, to balance it so that it's not we don't get over emotional, so that we are able to control our emotions properly, right? And to have loving relationships. All right, so we're going to begin by doing some circles from Sukhasana. Just roll around that. It's the, on your body, it is in the sacral plexus, which is below your belly button. So it's just above the Muladhara chakra. And what I forgot to mention before is that, but first, when you come to center, pause and go the other way. Each of the chakras have a sound, and that's the letter you see inside it. That's Sanskrit, Devanagari, the script for letters of Sanskrit, and come to center. And so the first chakra, Muladhara, the sound is lam. And at the end, we will chant these sounds. They're bija sounds or seed sounds. And lam is the first. The second is vam. So it's an L, lam, vam for the svadhisthana, the sacral plexus. And yeah, okay, so let's come on to our hands and knees. And you're going to walk your hands a little bit forward of your shoulders. Right? You're going to send your hips toward your heels for an extended child's pose. So an extended child's pose, your arms are stretched out overhead, palms on the mat. Hips towards your heels, your Muladhara chakra, your Svadhisthana chakra, in extended child's pose. On an inhale, you're going to lift your hips and send your heart forward, and you're going to stretch your legs back behind you to straighten them out. Now, your heart is trying to come, and we will get to the heart chakra a little bit later, but the heart likes to come out in all of our yoga poses moving forward. You're going to bring your forearm down and the other forearm down to come to Sphinx, so your belly comes down too. And you're going to rock your hips from side to side, both Muladhara and Svadhisthana waking up. Right. You're going to bring your chest all the way down. You're going to slide your hands back alongside your breast. You're going to pause for just a moment. And you're going to lift your head and shoulders, just your head and shoulders for a baby cobra, Bhujangasana. And then melt back down. So you're not pressing into your hands, you're just lifting your head and shoulders. Little cobra. And come up again for baby cobra. And melt back down. So you're opening your heart and at the same time rolling over your other chakras. So press your hands this time into the mat. And we're going to do King Cobra. All right, so you'll lift your head, your shoulders, you'll press into the mat, but you're going to keep your Svadhisthana chakra, that second chakra, on the mat. So your elbows will stay bent a bit, your elbows close to your body, your shoulders down, look forward. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale, come back down onto the mat. So every baby has two parents, right? So we need now a queen cobra. So you're going to, on an inhale, come back up, opening your heart and pressing into your first two chakras. Inhale, exhale, fold your knees, bring your hips to your heels, child's pose. From child's pose, you're going to come back up on to your hands and knees and then roll over onto your hips. Come back round to center and bring the soles of your feet together. You're going to send your feet away from you. Yeah, so you're making a big diamond shape, right? So we're going to do a gradual journey to, you can see my feet there, a pose called Baddha Konasana, which is bound angle pose, and it works on our pelvis where our Manipura and Svadhisthana chakra are. But let's first, while we're here, bring your hands to your shins and let's do some cats and dogs. So you'll notice you're rolling over your hips, you're sending your sacral plexus back and forth, and then come to center. All right. So with a flat back, start with your hands alongside your hips, and you'll use your hands as leverage to help push you forward. So you're going to keep a nice long back. You're going to inhale, exhale, come forward just a little. Inhale, exhale a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, bring your arms around and fold over your legs any amount. If it's comfortable for you, hook your elbows over your shins, and that will give you a little bit more leverage to help you come down a little bit more. Yeah, good. On an inhale, unfold. All right. Now you're going to bring your legs a little closer. Let's butterfly them. Get that lower body moving. And pause. And we're going to do the same thing we did before. Start with your hands out to the sides, long, straight back. Inhale, exhale, 1/3 of the way. Inhale, exhale, 2/3 of the way. Inhale, exhale, hook your elbows, fold over. Baddha Konasana. And unfold. Okay, just when you thought we were done, you're gonna butterfly your legs again. And this time you're gonna bring your heels as close as possible to your hips. And butterfly. All right. So this is, you be careful with your knees because you have them folded quite a bit. All right. And we're going to start the same way, only this time you can leave your hands forward in front of you. You're going to inhale, exhale, 1/3. Inhale, exhale, 1/3. Inhale, exhale, come down as far as you comfortably can, any amount. You're not going to get your nose all the way to your toes with you, or maybe you will. Good, everyone. On an inhale, unfold. Shake out your legs. All right. Okay. I'm moving you around a lot here, so let's come back onto our knees. Up and down, back and forth, right? All right. So send your right leg forward. Walk it away. You're going to send your arms sweeping back behind you. Inhale, slide your hips forward. Lift your arms up. Exhale, straighten your legs, bring your arms to the mat, bow over your leg. So in this pose, you're stretching your hamstring. Inhale, come back up, rise up, slide your hips forward so that you are moving your first 2 chakras forward. Inhale, exhale, fold over. Inhale, rise up, slide forward. Once more. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, come back up, slide your foot back and bring your knee back where it started. All right, let's try the other side. Ready? So the farther away, you don't have to put it very, very far, but the farther away it is, the more you'll stretch your quadricep muscles on the opposite leg. So it's your choice, right? How far you want to stretch. So here we go, arms back. Inhale, slide forward. Exhale, fold, straighten your leg. Inhale, rise back up, slide forward. Exhale, hands down, leg straightens, bow over your leg. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale back up. Release your arms, step back, step your knee back. All right. All right, so I'm gonna have you come back to sit so we could talk about Manipura, Manipura chakra. Manipura means lustrous gem. It is a gem, and its element is fire. So the first three chakras are your very earthbound, very material chakras. The top ones are more ethereal ones. So Manipura is right here in your solar plexus. It's your belly. And it is where your fire burns. It's where your courage lives. It's where your willpower. And you know that when you're feeling anxious or about something, or when you are thinking, should I do this or should I not? You're usually feeling it right here. You know, people who you say have the fire in their belly, very courageous. People who have a weak Manipura chakra are fearful, timid. So again, we need to balance it. The seed sound of Manipura is rum. And I love that rum because it's like your belly makes that sound, rum, rum, rum. And so we have lum, vam, rum. And it is also has that same triangle, that divine feminine symbol right in the middle. And it has 10 petals all around that, which stand for our 10 fingers, from which we make things, from which we move forward. And thus the word mani, you know, as in hand. So Sanskrit is a mother language of the Indo-European languages. So Manipura, and we will work on our Manipura chakra first by doing a twist. So inhale, exhale, twist to look over your right shoulder. Twisting that fire. You know, the hottest part of the flame is the yellow part. It's the color of this chakra. Inhale, and on an exhale, go all the way around to the other side. Inhale, exhale back to center. Right. Okay. So we've already done some cats and dogs, but let's do a few more because this is the area that we want to ignite that fire in our belly. So on an exhale, send your spine back behind you. Inhale, send it forward, and continue at your own pace, waking up the Svadhisthana chakra. I'm sorry, the Manipura. Well, you're doing both, actually all three right now. with cats and dogs. And your heart opens as well. All right, and come back up to center. So we're going to go ahead to our heart chakra, the green chakra, which is anahata, which means unstruck. And unstruck means not formed, that sense of the word struck, like you would forge steel. It's completely open. It is your openness, your compassion, your healing power all come from your heart. And the beauty of the heart chakra is that it balances all 7 chakras. It's right in the middle of the ethereal chakras and the earthbound chakras. And you'll notice, if you can see, maybe not, so I will show you. There are 2 triangles, one up and one down. So you have the female energy and the male energy intersecting for perfect balance. And that is the symbolism of that balance. So we're going to do a 6-pointed star, but first, the symbol is, the sound is yum. So we have lum, vum, rum, yum. So those are sounds. And again, we're going to chant that at the end and you shall see. So come to sit, bring one forearm over the other, right? Inhale and exhale, come forward 1/3 of the way. Inhale, exhale 2/3 of the way. Inhale, exhale, you're going to bring your arms, your forearms down over your ankles or your calves, whatever they reach, to create the base of one triangle. So your hips and your forearms are as one triangle, your feet and your hips are the other triangle. So you have a 6-pointed star. You have anahata chakra right here. And you'll come down as far as you comfortably can. On an inhale, begin to lift slowly and lift and lift and come all the way up and release your arms. Okay. So for our anahata, you're going to come onto your knees. You're going to bring your arms back behind you, interlaced fingers, yoga mudra behind you. You're going to send your knuckles down towards the mat, your heart wide open. A variation of Ustrasana, the camel pose. Inhale, release. We're going to do that again. Send your knuckles down to the earth. Send your heart wide, wide open. Release your arms. Open them out to the side, your palms facing forward for a full open heart. Big, brave heart. Anahata. And release, come forward. So we've been doing a lot when we've done cats and dogs. A lot of the poses that we've done involved all of the chakras from the base to the heart. And now we're going to do some standing. So come to stand. Yeah, okay. Come to your mountain. Notice how mountain pose, Tadasana, your spine has a straight line, the Sushumna, where the chakras live, yeah, where they reside. And in your mountain, you should be able to feel the energy stream flowing all the way up to the crown of your head from your feet. Your feet are rooted in the earth, crown of your head reaching to the heavens. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, down. Let your arms fall naturally by your side. Your head is over your heart, your hips over your ankles. In this pose, every single chakra is ignited. Inhale, gather. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, send your right leg back behind you, low lunge, all 10 toes pointing forward, your hips are square. You're going to place your right foot flat on the mat for warrior one, feet in their own lane. You're going to send your arms back behind you, streaming alongside your hips, and up from the earth, you will bring your warrior. Open up your heart, send your arms back before you, behind you, interlace your fingers. Feel your Manipura chakra igniting, that flame getting wild as your heart opens up. Courage and a brave heart. Release your arms. Step your right leg back into warrior one legs. So just, yes, right. I would normally come over there, but I can't because of the camera. So yeah, okay. All right. So in warrior two, we again have that long, straight, beautiful line up the Sushumna, up our spine. You're looking over your left fingers to size up your challenge and to use your courage, your willpower, and your sense of security to fight your battle. Bring your right hand down to your right thigh, your left arm up overhead for a peaceful warrior. You're going to straighten your left leg, send your left arm in the direction of your left leg, but you want to lift, we're going to do triangle. You want to lift your right hip so that it stacks above your left hip, so that you have a long straight line. You want to keep that Sushumna long and straight. And you may come down a little bit, or you may come down a little farther and look up at your right hand. Beautiful, everybody. Good. And then come back to warrior two. You're going to swivel back to warrior one. And I'm going to grab a block. Both of you should get a block. Do you have one? Yeah, okay. Good. All right. Sorry, everybody. So if you have a block or something that resembles it at home, please get one. So you're back in, the right leg is back, right? So you're back, we're in warrior one. And you're going to take your block and you're going to place it outside your left, your forward leg. And then come back up to stand. You're going to bring your arms up overhead, and you're going to reach forward. Let's start with a bent knee first, and bring your right hand to the block and put the block at its highest level. And then you're going to straighten. You can do it inside as well. Straighten your leg and twist to the left for a revolved triangle. And a revolved triangle allows you to, again, wake up your Muladhara and Svadhisthana chakras. Come back down. Remove your block. Step your back foot forward. Fold over. Uttanasana. Fly out and up and down the center line. Okay. All right. All right, other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Left leg goes back, low lunge. And blocks here are also very helpful. They make your arms longer. And then step flat on your left leg so that you're in warrior one legs. And we're going to reach from the earth and bring our warrior up. Feel your strong, victorious warrior. Inhale, exhale, send your arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers, brave heart. Feel your flame burning. Feel your courage. Release your arms, step in to warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Now our triangle, and don't forget, you're going to stack your hips. You're going to straighten your legs as you stack your hips. One arm goes down and try to keep that long Sushumna, long spine, all straight lines in a triangle. And one thing I ask you to do here is to open up your heart. So open it. Yeah, you're just swinging it out. Beautiful. Feel the power of that Anahata chakra. Come back up to warrior two. Swivel to warrior one. Take your block with you. Let's keep it on the inside this time. So you're in warrior one stance. And send your arms back this time. And your left hand on the block, and you're going to twist to the right for a revolved triangle. Both legs are straight. Parivrita Trikonasana. Bring your hand down. Remove your block. Step forward. Fold over. Take opposite elbows with your hands and sway from side to side. Come to center. Fly out and up. And bring your Anjali Mudra to your heart, your prayer to your heart. Okay, wonderful. All right. So I'm trying to decide if we should do our chanting while we're standing or when we're seated. I think we'll do it when we're seated. All right, so let's come down to the mat. But before we do that, we're going to do some cooling poses first. So you're going to come all the way down onto your back. Your feet on the mat. Your arms alongside your body. You're going to lift your hips and send your sternum toward your chin for a bridge pose. Walk your feet toward your heels toward your hips. If you wish, you can interlace your fingers under your hips. Maybe your bridge will get a little higher. Keep your knees in line with your hips. You don't want them splaying out. You'll hurt your knees. Release your arms and one vertebra at a time, melt back down onto the mat slowly, slowly. Big heart opener, bridge pose. Bring your right ankle on to your left thigh. Your right foot should be flexed, your right knee a bit away from you. So bring your hand onto your right knee. And you're going to push your knee away and push your knee into your hand. And by doing that, you're stretching a muscle. It's called the piriformis muscle. And that muscle is the one, and do it again. And then you're going to release and push again. And that's the one that snatches the sciatic nerve. So this is what you do if you have sciatica, right? And then release, and then bring your left leg into your chest with your other leg coming along for the ride. And you can wrap your hands around your thigh or around your shin. And roll a little from side to side. Come back to center. If your hands are around your shins, release it and send your left leg up to the sky. And rotate your foot in both directions. And then point and flex, point and flex. And then bend your knee, uncross your leg, and we'll do that on the other side. Cross left ankle over right on right thigh. And you're going to start the process again in your left foot flex of pushing your left knee away and pushing your knee into your hand and releasing. Again and again. And now bring your right leg into your chest, wrap your hands around your thigh, extend your leg to the sky. And then rotate your foot. And then pause. Bring your leg back down, uncross your leg. All right. If you have that block handy, grab it, or maybe you have a blanket nearby. You're going to bring your feet flat on the mat. You're going to lift your hips and put the block or blanket underneath your sacrum. That's just below your waist. And lift one leg and then the other to the sky. Now imagine your hips and your legs are against a wall. So that's where your legs should be in space. They shouldn't be near your face. You want to keep them over your hips so that you can get the best benefit from, the most benefit from this pose. Excess fluids draining, endorphins releasing, and your heart slowing, blood pressure lowering. Bring your feet to the mat. Remove what may be under your hips and make your way into Shavasana. Legs relaxed and splayed open, your arms relaxed alongside your body. Your arms are rotated so that your palms are facing upward. Feel your whole body releasing to gravity. Take a deep breath and let it go. Begin to reawaken your body, roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and feet. Send your arms overhead, back behind you, your feet in the opposite direction for a full body stretch, big stretch. Then bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. And then release your legs and roll over into a fetal position on whichever side you prefer. And then bring yourself up to sit with your hands at your heart. And let's chant together. So we're going to begin with an Om, and then the seed sounds for each of the chakras we practiced tonight were Lum, Vam, Rum, and Yum. So here we go. So we'll start with an Om, and we will end with an Om too. So here we go. Take a deep breath. Om. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Thank you so much for being here. Good to have you back.